Hello, I'm Nige.
I'm Anders. Welcome to the Cheeky Extra. Now, my old mucker Nige there, he's given me this. I haven't the faintest idea what it is. So that's what we're doing for the Cheeky Extra.
Yeah, I've got a bottle of that, but I know what it is.
Right. One would hope. Right. Am I just going to go straight in?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Oh, okay, lovely. Thank you. Honestly, it is.
I don't know whether I've given you a bottle of this in the past, but
Okay. I hate ripping the paper.
For wrapping paper.
No, I don't think you have.
I didn't think anyway, show the viewers.
Sorry, beg your pardon. Do beg your pardon. Here we are. Tell me what it is, Nige.
Dark mild William Mucklow's from Bewdley Brewery. And it's a 6% mild. Now, Bewdley Brewery started, I can't remember, they started somewhere in the last 10, 15 years or something like that. But the last commercial brewing operation prior to that closed down in 1912. And this beer was brewed in honor of William Mucklow, who was the head brewer at the time. Now he was reputed to have brewed a strong, mild beer, and which was apparently the second strongest in the country. It was over 6%. So Bewdley Brewery have recreated something to honour that.
Wow, how exciting!
I used to live in Bewdley, so I know their beers very well, and they're very, very good. We're going to do a session on Bewdley beers, I'm sure, at some stage. But should we get this in the glass?
Let's do it. You get your beer can on.
Oh.
I'll just
Beer can's on.
crack this open. Oh, hello. Chocolate. Oh, very strong chocolate aroma from the bottle there.
Well, it certainly is dark.
That aroma is filling the room. I tell you, that is aromatic.
Oh wow!
Isn't it?
I've never smelt this before. I've drank it loads, but I haven't done the whole beer tasting thing with it before. But
this is, again, we've talked about this before, about how we drink these beers day in, day out, or some of
without
that.
noticing what you're drinking,
You don't really notice it. It tastes all right. Yeah, I think Proper Black was the one that knocked us for 6. But that's got chocolate. That's got
there's a nuttiness to it as well.
Vanilla. You got vanilla?
No, I'm not that.
Pine. Oh, there's no pine.
No, a nutty chocolate. I class that as. Oh, it smells glorious.
Doesn't it?
Going in.
I've gone in. Sorry, I was a bit early. Tis the story of my life.
Oh wow. That doesn't lack flavour. You're right, it's that quite up front, that chocolate hit when you first.
Yeah. And I am getting vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your nuttiness I'm not getting so far. Although right in the back end there's something. Oh.
You can't. How much more full flavored can you get? And it's none more full flavored. You just,
You're right.
oh,
I think at some point we're going to have to start a counter on these things. It'll be a tap counter, you know, and every time there's an allusion to some sort of Spinal Tap reference, ding, ding, we're guilty of it, don't worry.
mouthfeel is smooth. It's
more than smooth. That's velvet. There's also that, and I don't mean to keep harping on about the vanilla, but that's so important in the balance of this flavour.
Now, on the bottle, it describes this.
Yeah.
A dark, sweetish, strong ale with smooth, fruity flavour and a slight licorice aftertaste. Well, God's going to be auto suggestion now, isn't it?
Am I getting my vanilla mixed up with my licorice?
I don't know, but
I don't think I am.
You'd think.
Tell me, viewers, am I?
There is a sweetness to this, but it's not overpowering. It's so well balanced.
Right on the back end. This is astonishing.
I've had this on tap in pubs in the past.
Okay.
Just as nice.
Or better.
I don't know. I'd say my peak experience with this was just a couple of months ago. I had it was nice weather and suddenly it was just cold and damp. And I went down to the local bottle shop and they had that there. So I got a couple of bottles. I came home and drank them. Both of them. Had some more.
I mean, why would not you?
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. Right. That's astonishing. That's no, I think it is vanilla I'm getting at the start. I'm not getting the licorice. But we'll come back to that at some point. In the meantime, we're going to stop talking about it beer. And
yes, I aspire.
It's a little, yeah, it's a little treat for Nige because I know it's one of his favourites.
It's the fine art of surfacing by the Boomtown Rats.
Boomtown Rats. I was never a big fan of punk.
I didn't even know you owned that album.
I've got a lot of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember this is going back when I was in the Cubs. I went to Waterlooville Library to do my reading badge, and as I got in the car to come back, Mum put the radio on, and there was the Boomtown Rats playing, and it was one of those moments. That was one of the first songs I'd ever heard that I thought, "Oh," and I couldn't tell you which song it was. I don't think. But no, the Boomtown Rats. I think, like I say, I wasn't a big fan of punk.
No,
probably too young for it.
I quite like a lot of the early punk now. But
yeah.
My story, Boomtown Rats. I remember. I Don't Like Mondays. Everyone, that was their big hit, which is on that album.
Yeah.
Nothing like anything else on the album.
No.
And I personally think that's one of the weaker tracks on the whole album.
I think it is.
I skip over and don't listen to as much as the rest because it is. And I got it for Christmas. And my granny got it for me.
Did she?
And the previous year, my granny had got me a Shawaddy Waddy album, which was my first ever big album. And they got something else that I can't remember what the other one was, but they're always excellent records. And I thought my granny was so cool and hip.
Yeah.
And my mum announced a few, like, oh, she just sent money down and we used to buy it for her.
But no, the original punk movement, I was probably too young to appreciate and didn't really.
I was too young. All the punks were just scary big boys.
Yes, And even listening to the Pistols now, I'm not a huge fan of this open track. But as far as Britain is concerned, that whole, well, not just Britain, but Britain and the US, certainly the post-punk period, was phenomenal, because you had, for the States, you had Blondie, you had Talking Heads. For Britain, you just had a whole load of stuff. You had the whole goth movement, you had The Cure, you had Fields and Nephilim, you had Boomtown Rats, you had Killing Joke, who were bands who were far better than punk ever was. And had far more depth as well. And that album, does that have Diamond Smiles on it?
Yeah.
Which is probably my favourite Rats song, I think. It's difficult, cool.
When I'm listening to it, I think, that's my favourite. The next track comes up there. Someone's looking at you. Like, oh no, that's my favourite.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And then when the night comes, no, that's my favourite one. and then the album's just, there's no weak songs on there. Like I said, the weakest one is, I think, I Don't Like Mondays.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. It's a stonking album. We had a quick break there because there's an awful lot of beer to drink in such a short time. We just need to.
That was a really long break, and we've spared you lots of banal chat about
post-punk. We talked about post-punk an awful lot. We talked about the Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum. An awful lot.
No, you said something about name your best three courses.
Yes.
And the conversation stopped. So, and I thought, we need to talk about that further. But what would be your go out for meal? Your perfect three courses.
Perfect 3-course meal. Do you know what? I don't. I would.
It probably needs more thought than you're going to give it now. But
no, let's just do it now. So I think, if off the top of my head, I honestly don't think there's a better starter than a prawn cocktail.
Yeah.
Being a veggie is tricky, but
there's no rules.
There's no rules, no. So I think, veggie. Prawn cocktail to start. My finish will always be cheesecake.
All right, yeah.
Don't care what flavour. Main course, tricky one. I think I'm stuck between either some Thai curry, or a risotto.
So risotto, when I go out, that's usually, as a vegetarian, you go out, right. It's not what shall I eat? It's what am I? There's one option usually, or two.
Yeah.
There's always two. There's a veggie burger, and sometimes there's a veggie burger and bloody risotto.
Risotto, yeah.
But for me, I think starters, I'd go for breaded mushrooms.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. No.
The thing with breaded mushrooms, you get them. They're like 1,000 degrees to start with.
Yeah. Well, it takes no time for them to be dipped. If you dip them in a bit of garlic sauce or something.
I know, a bit of garlic mayo. Yeah. That's my starter.
Yeah.
Pudding. That'd be quite hard. Sticky toffee pudding, I might.
Okay.
Yeah, that might have to be, or cheesecake, or sticky toffee pudding. I'll stick with that.
Okay.
And main course is a bit mushroomy because I went to a wedding the other day and I had a mushroom Wellington.
Ooh.
And my only criticism, there wasn't enough of it because I could have
really
eaten that size. The sauce was so rich. It was just phenomenal. And I'll be eating that forever.
How lovely! That does sound lovely.
Yeah, so that's at the moment, but that's what you feel like at the time. That's what I'm.
That'll change tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine will anyway. So yeah,
Anyway, you enjoying the beer?
I'm loving the beer. It's really nice. It's got so much. It's quite rich, um, and it's multi-layered. There's the vanilla, there's the chocolate, there's the beer, there's.
I think that this is the best thing Bewdley Brewery do.
Right, okay.
I think it's phenomenal. If you ever get a chance to try it. It's fantastic.
Do it, people. Do it. If you get a chance, do. I'm sure you can go to bewdleybrewery.com or something along those lines. Google it, find out yourself. And you'll find it. You won't be disappointed by any means. I think, though, we've had enough.
Yeah.
Time for me a bit.
Night.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. It's been lovely. Thank you. And like, subscribe, comment.
Bye-bye.